Well, hey there everybody, this is Snackbox coming to you from a beautiful but quickly darkening day here in Atlanta, Georgia. We're expecting a little bit of rain tomorrow, so I wanted to come out and get a little video in for you all, start it up so I can edit it while it's raining tomorrow. So hopefully I'll get this out to you soon. But we are talking today about the Collegiate West Segment 1. I'm very excited about this segment. This is a really incredible start. It's your entry point to the Collegiate West. I think you're gonna love it. We've got a lot to cover. I've got a few tips that I think can help you make your way into the Collegiate West, make your way into the Collegiate West safely and soundly and ready to go for the adventure to come. So stick with me. We've got a lot to do, not a lot of time. Let's get to it. So the Collegiate West Segment 1 starts in Twin Lakes and it ends in Sheep Gulch. It's 9.8 miles, making it the shortest of every segment in the Colorado Trail. It has about 3,600 feet of elevation gain and about 2,650 in elevation descent. Don't let those numbers fool you because this includes a climb up over and back down the other side of Hope Pass. This is the most burly, gnarly, treacherous, maybe not treacherous, but it's a gnarly climb. The climb up Hope Pass accounts for almost every foot of elevation gain through this entire segment, meaning that over the course of 4 miles, from about 3.5 miles into the segment to 7.5 miles into the very top of Hope Pass, you will climb roughly 3,600 feet, which means it is a gnarly climb. That's going to govern quite a bit of the tips that I have for you for this segment. It's very doable. If somebody like me can climb it, somebody like you can climb it, but you're going to have your head on straight and really know what you're doing going into it. The way you approach this whole segment is determined by that climb over Hope Pass. For many people, you will stop in Twin Lakes and maybe start the next morning. So maybe you'll go to a hotel room and you'll start the next morning, which is a really great idea. So if you can stop in Twin Lakes, I highly recommend it. Although it's really kind of tricky and complicated. Last year, they limited hotel capacity to 50%, which made it really difficult to get a room in Twin Lakes and even harder to get an affordable room in Twin Lakes. That said, my first tip for getting over the pass is as you're thinking about your plans and as you're starting to look for campsites for the night and set up your plans for the day, do not attempt to go over Hope Pass in the afternoon. This is really important because this is the segment where you return to tree line and you start getting back over tree line, and with 900 feet of elevation gain per mile as you go over Hope Pass, you can pretty well guarantee it's going to take you a lot longer than you anticipate to get over it. So you need to give yourself lots of time to get up over that pass and back down the other side safely. I made the mistake last year of trying to get over a pass and I only accounted for the climb over the pass as I was trying to figure out when I'd get back down the other side, and then when I got to the other side it turned out that it kind of leveled off and I ended up way above tree line throughout a really scary storm. So I want you to be sure that you don't end up in a similar situation to me. Make sure that you get up over the pass and back down with plenty of time, which brings me to my second tip. The second tip is whatever amount of time you think you're going to take to get over Hope Pass and back down the other side, add at least 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours to that climb, so you have lots of time to stop and rest and breathe, drink water, stay hydrated, and put food in your body so that you avoid getting sick and you can make it safely over that pass. One of the things about this climb is that when you start making your way out of Twin Lakes up over the pass, it follows an old Jeep road. Jeep roads tend to be really easy to follow overall. However, Jeeps tend to kick up a lot of rocks and leave a lot of boulders, so these smaller rocks that are kind of in the way, this can make it really tricky to get up over that climb because it's not the easy breezy walk around the lake that you become accustomed to at this point. This is going to be a little bit harder climbing and you're going to have to pay a lot of attention to where you put your feet down so you avoid rolling an ankle, that kind of thing. So just give yourself lots of extra time. My last tip actually kind of goes back to when you're in Twin Lakes, but here's what I would recommend. I consider Hope Pass to be the hardest climb anywhere between Denver and Durango on the Colorado Trail. Other people can disagree with me and other people can make a reasonable argument for why they're right, especially if you compare it to some of the climbs on the Collegiate East. However, knowing that this is going to be a real challenge, but it's sort of a symbolic entry point into the Collegiate West, which I consider one of the most beautiful stretches of the whole trail, what I'm going to recommend is that when you're in Twin Lakes at the general store or wherever you are, any of the little shops there, pick up something to celebrate with at the top of the pass. I don't necessarily recommend it being alcohol. I think a lot of people like to have maybe a beer at the top. I don't typically recommend that because you're going to be coming back down a pretty steep slope on the other side and you want to stay safe and have your wits about you. But maybe pick up a snack of some sort, maybe get a postcard where you can write a note to somebody you care about that you can send when you get to town. You can find a lot of different ways to celebrate that passage at the top. Maybe make a sign or something that you can hold up at the top saying that you conquered Hope Pass, whatever it is. Have some type of a reward for yourself at the top of Hope Pass that you can celebrate that accomplishment accomplishment, because truly, if you make it up to the top of Hope Pass, you can rest assured you can tackle any of the climbs from here on out. So even if you don't agree with me that this is the hardest climb on the whole Colorado Trail, you will agree with me that if you can climb Hope Pass, you can climb any mountain pass or any mountain on the way from Denver to Durango. So get something to celebrate. Treat yourself. So that pretty well covers it. I'm trying to shorten these videos a little bit, so hopefully this will give you a little taste of what to expect on the Collegiate West. If you've been watching my videos so far, you know that I believe you made the right choice going west rather than east. So I'm happy for you making that choice, and I'm excited that you're taking on that challenge. A lot of great spots between that Twin Lakes and Monarch Pass. I'm so very excited for you. So get excited for yourself. Get excited for this trip. My favorite part's planning, as you could probably tell. Get amped about it. I'm hoping that if you found any of this information useful, or if you want to be part of this community, that you'll like and subscribe. I also want to know in the comments below, I always kind of ask a question of something that you find really interesting, or something that maybe a trick that you have for camping or backpacking or something of the sort. What I'm going to know below is what's one piece of gear that you own where you think the cheapest version is actually better than the most expensive version. So for me, I think that my spoon, I have a little plastic spoon, I think that's way better than a titanium spoon because it doesn't scratch up my Teflon pan. It's really super light, really affordable, and if I lose it, no worries, right? So leave a comment below of your favorite piece of gear where cheaper is actually better. I think that can be really useful for some of the newcomers to the backpacking community to know that you don't always have to dish out a ton of money to have good quality gear. Lastly, if you are a subscriber to this channel by March 1st, I'm giving away 2 really sweet double-walled stainless steel wine glasses. I hope that you'll go ahead and click subscribe so you can be entered in that. I'd love to send these out to you. They're really nice. They've got a couple of my outside comfort zone stickers on them, and if you're interested in one of those outside comfort zone stickers, I went ahead and put in another order. I have a handful left as well. Find me on Instagram at Backcountry Champion. Shoot me a message and I'll get them in the mail. I've been getting some photos back from people who have gotten their outside comfort zone stickers, and I'd love to get you one. These are totally free. You don't even have to follow me on Instagram. They're truly just my way of saying thank you for your support as we've been going through this project of the Colorado Trail and making up some other videos as well. So I think I've got a couple ideas for another series I'm going to start shortly to kind of go along with this. Stay tuned, click subscribe so you can be kept in the loop. Thanks everybody. This snack box out. I'm gonna go get something to snack on.